Okay, if Live, Laugh, Love were to be an episode, today's would be it. Holy hell. You know, I got to chat with sweet baby boy Rumen, and he really weathered my, some may say, abrasive questions, because I made him the spokesperson of Gen Z. You know, as a millennial, I needed to infiltrate the system, infiltrate the group, and extract the information that I and others have been wanting to know. You know, we got to debunk some stereotypes. We also got to solidify some stereotypes. Now, did I age myself? Yeah. Was I, quote, chuggy? Probably. But, oh my gosh, I hope this episode makes you giggle as much as it did for me. So go defrost those chicken thighs and welcome to Open Wide. Okay, Rumen, we are gathered here today.
Yes, we are.
For a very important reason.
The most important.
Are you feeling up to the challenge that you are about to be the spokesperson for Gen Z?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely
And I
not.
appreciate the honesty.
Yeah, no, but I will do my best.
Okay. Logistics first. We need to get some housekeeping out of the way.
For sure.
I almost said where. What year were you born?
2000. So I will never forget how old I was. Like, I always think about that. If I ever got dementia,
It's an easy
I'm like,
math.
what year is it? Oh, that's how old I am.
But do you think if you had dementia, you also wouldn't remember when you were born?
I probably wouldn't even know where I was.
Sure.
You know? Yeah.
Sure. I remember this story of, I think it was a friend of my sister's who did too many drugs,
Yeah.
narc, and he thought he was a glass of orange juice for the rest of his life.
Oh, yeah?
Like, that sounds kind of peaceful.
What are we talking? Like Tropicana?
Yeah, like, did he think he had a little straw out of him, like a pulp, no
Right.
pulp? Who's to say?
Okay. Yeah.
So I feel like that might be... Now, what I'm doing right now is speaking too flippantly about dementia, and that's probably a wild start to this podcast.
No, I think it's the most appropriate start
Okay,
to this
good.
podcast.
Okay, good. So you are 2000. So the start of Gen Z is 1997.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
do you feel like in your soul,
Yeah.
do you resonate with Gen Z? Or do you feel like you're kind of on like a cusp? Do you feel a little millennial energy in you? You feel purebred, non-GMO, cold-pressed Gen Z.
I do. I do resonate with Gen Z.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Okay.
it's interesting because I feel like there's two Gen Z split in half. I think there's like pre-pandemic, like, you know, like this like new gen of the gen,
Sure.
and then there's like me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you walked so they could run.
Yeah, a little
that what I'm
bit,
gathering?
a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, for
Okay.
sure.
And is there tension within the Gen Z community? Do you feel like there is, you know, among this pre-post-COVID crowd, is there some animosity that I'm sensing?
Some animosity. Maybe. I think everyone's pissed like all the time though. A little bit.
Totally.
Yeah, so I'm like I could say
There's
yes.
some angst.
Sure, for sure. But I think generally, like, we do have some, like, uniting factors. I think we as a whole do love to, like, shit on millennials. I love millennials.
We're also bad. We're also a tough crowd.
But I think that's a split. Because I will see, like, these compilations on, like, TikTok or whatever.
Of, like, millennial core?
Millennial core. And I eat them up every time. I'm like, that's camp. That's what I want to see. Like, I love them. And then like all the like, you know, like the other Gen Z half is like, you should kill yourself.
Right. So you are more of the camp of appreciating it for more of the artistic quality, the side
100%.
parts,
Yes.
the, dare I say, chuggy nature of it all. Like,
Yeah.
there is something, it's kind of peaceful.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah.
I also think millennials have, how do I describe this? There was such a freedom with social media.
Yeah.
Like, they really were, dare I say, pioneers in cringe content. Like, we look at the Charlie D'Amelios and we're like, I'm dancing on that. But it's like, do you see what we did?
Right.
With sepia tone? Like,
right.
It's tough. It's really tough.
But see, I hear that and I'm like, can't. Like, that's.
Sure.
I love that.
Okay. Do you think if you were a millennial and you were not ironically using photo booth, that you would be playing into the camp itself? Do you think you would be creating videos, side part, talking about, hi guys, welcome to my makeup haul? No, see, that's today.
That's a little bit today.
More relevant.
It's a little bit, yeah.
Like Shane Dawson to me is like quintessential millennial.
Yeah,
content.
What's that quote? It's like evil doesn't die, it reinvents itself. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. But see, I don't think you can I don't know that I would play into the camp. I don't know that you can recognize the campiness.
Well, because we already have too much hindsight or forced hindsight. So I
thought you were going to say foreskin.
We have too much foreskin.
There's too much foreskin out there.
You know what I've thought about too in a bris, in Jewish cultures where they have the bris where they cut the foreskin, where does it go?
Right.
Do they bury it?
What are we doing with the foreskin?
Even in the hospitals, where does it go? Do you think there's a black market for foreskin?
For sure.
Okay. I'm glad we're on the
you
same
can
page.
actually buy a bundle on TikTok Shop now.
TikTok
Shop is the craziest. What?
On Temu or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. What is TikTok? Can we actually debunk this? Because now I'm not super versed on TikTok. I do post, I do engage. I'm trying to have an ear to the streets, but sometimes my thumb will swipe a little more to the right and it will put me into this portal that is so unbelievably overwhelming.
Yeah.
What is TikTok Shop? Is it like an Amazon?
Kind of. So I've stayed strong. I have
never purchased anything from it.
No, and I've gotten real close because I think it is the worst thing in the world. Truly.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they're selling poppers. They're selling injectables. I don't know how they get away with selling. No, I swear to God. I swear.
Where are the items coming from?
Just anywhere.
Okay.
Anywhere. I think granted I haven't sold anything. I've done my full research on TikTok Shop.
Because people can get commission too.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's my least favorite thing. That is my least favorite thing.
Now, do you think people selling for commission is more of a millennial trend or a Gen Z trend, or does it bleed in the Venn diagram?
I think it bleeds. I think it bleeds across. I'm Gen Z, millennial. I've seen boomers on that. Everyone. Everyone.
Yeah. I also think it is such a vehicle to, I don't even know where I was going with that. I was hoping that my brain would actually catch up for it.
Yeah.
And I think I have to stand on business and say that I actually didn't have a thought with that.
I have to respect it.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, we're going to get back to Gen Z. So this is a bit of an annoying question, but what do you do for work?
Okay, so I love this question. Okay, so I run. I would say I'm a social media manager.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's a proper way to describe it.
And is that 1099 work? Are you a contractor or do you work for a company?
The IRS is gonna come for my ass.
If you do work for the IRS, I'm gonna need you to just turn this off, turn it down.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Please click off.
Okay.
Please. Let's not get into it.
Okay. So you're a social media manager. We'll just say that.
Yeah, I think that's a proper way to describe it. I basically, I work for this actress.
Okay.
And it does go beyond social media, but I run all of her social pages.
Okay.
And in addition to a lot of logistical stuff. She's about to go on tour. But dude, all this crazy stuff. It's very interesting, very fun.
How did you get into that?
My friend was on a show with her.
Okay.
She was she's yeah,
She needed some help.
She needs some help,
Okay.
and
Okay.
I love it because I love her. She's fucking
Fabulous.
amazing. She's amazing. Yeah.
I'm gonna need to know off camera who this is.
Okay. Word. Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. Yeah.
Are we also gonna pretend like you don't model?
Yeah, we're gonna pretend like.
Okay,
yeah.
because aren't
So
you like
relevant.
signed with a agency?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So model slash social media manager.
Sure. I'm also a
slash-
server at night, so
Okay.
like Batman, do it all.
Sure. And which I also feel like is pretty Gen Z.
For sure, yeah, because we're all broke because the economy sucks, because the world sucks. And, well, I mean, but also this
Brown.
city,
Yeah.
financially, you have to have like multiple things going on.
Do you think you would rather have a traditional 9 to 5 or eat a leather jacket?
You know, it's so funny because I've grappled with this idea in my mind, because sometimes I'm like, oh my god, I should have just gone to like I should have just done it. I should have gone and
Worked for the man.
Worked for the man. You know, maybe I could have a nice little picket fence right now. Have a dog. I'm allergic to them. I'd still have one probably. I probably would.
Yeah,
because that's
'cause you
part.
could.
It's part of the. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No,
No.
for sure not.
You'd take the jacket.
Definitely, I would have
yeah,
killed
yeah,
myself by now.
Yeah.
And all, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 100%.
No, I get that. I will say I do and have worked in that setting, and I don't live in a picket fence. And candidly, I don't know if I will ever get to that
But
point.
do you have a dog?
No.
Oh well.
I don't. Yeah, still a renter, you know. I do think it was, and this is not a new thought,
Yeah,
that was so much more attainable for our parents' generation.
100%.
We're going to be renters forever.
Yeah.
Unless we say it with me, marry rich.
Exactly.
Yep. Okay, so then what do you think is the most insufferable thing about both boomers and millennials?
Boomers and millennials. Oh my gosh.
Like, is there something that is truly nails on a chalkboard, like cringe city Magoo?
Yeah, I think the way boomers got rid of Quaaludes is fucking ridiculous.
Are they responsible for the demise?
I would say so, right?
Okay.
I mean, it's definitely not millennials. Their hands are clean in that department.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And millennials, what does it for you? Or rather, what doesn't do it for you?
You know, ooh, that's a good question. I like totally embrace millennials, so it's like really hard to say.
Yeah, maybe there's not. Is there like, whether that's fashion sense, attitude? Do you think the Karen mindset is more of a millennial mindset? I don't see many Karen Gen Zers.
No, I wouldn't say so. But
Right.
I think that maybe that's just something that comes with age.
Like it's inevitable.
Like one day something clicks.
Right.
And all of a sudden you're going through the drive-thru again at Arby's because they made your roast beef sandwich wrong.
Yeah, I think it's like life just starts to wear and tear on oneself.
For sure.
And we're one step away from the big one.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. I've been a Karen once in my life.
Let's talk about it. Where was it?
It
Paint
was,
the picture.
And you know where it was? Where was it? So it was at the airport.
Of course.
Of course. And it was with Frontier Airlines.
No.
And this is on me because I try not to fly Frontier, but again, I am a broke Gen Zer.
Yeah.
So
Beggars can't be choosers.
Beggars cannot be choosers. I was flying with Frontier, and they were boarding. And like, mind you, on the way, this is on my return flight, right? So on my flight there, I had personal item,
satchel.
carry on,
'Kay.
right? No problem. Got on.
We all know
easy,
that.
Yada yada. On my way back, I was like, why would I have a problem? I did know. Like, I'm very like neurotic when it comes to like checklists and making sure I have my stuff. But I knew like technically my bag was a little too big for the carry-on label.
But it did make it on the way there.
It made it on the way there. So I was like, all right, well,
Okay.
so I tried to go through, and I'm about to like scan my little boarding pass, and they're about to like let me onto the jet bridge, and she's like, "Oh, you need to go over to the gate agent because this is too big, or like go put your thing in the thing and see if it's big enough, or
The little metal cage.
The little metal cage, the little metal cage that's like
awful.
Yeah,
Makes you feel like you're at a fucking theme park, making sure you can ride the ride.
100%.
We're adults.
Yeah. So I go and do that.
Okay.
And like, yeah, it doesn't fit, but like,
fight me.
Yeah. What am I?
Right.
So I go over to the gate agent, and I'm like very sweet. I'm always very sweet.
Yeah.
I'm always very polite, very
Pacific
nice.
Northwester. You are inherently a kind person.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I like to think so.
Totally.
And I was like, hey, how's it going? Like, she told me to come over here. I explained this situation.
Okay.
I was like, hey, so like I flew on the way here with this airline, and it was absolutely
with said bag.
With said bag.
Yeah.
It was of no issue. Okay. What can I do? Can we work something out? The flight was not full.
You came with love in your heart.
I came with love in my heart, and I left with the need for a gun in my head.
Correct.
Yeah, for sure.
Correct.
So she, maybe she was having a bad day. I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt, but we definitely got into it. She's like, no. Like, and I was like, well, what do you want me to do? She's like, she wanted me to pay like $100 for my bag. And I literally didn't have it. I was completely broke at the time. I was like, I literally don't have $100. I don't know what you want me to do. And anyways, it ended with her like threatening to kick me off the flight because I was like,
no.
I did turn into Karen. I was like, this is fucking bullshit. Thanks. Yeah, I can say that. This is bullshit. Thanks for nothing. Like, we got into it. Yeah, for sure. That was my one Karen moment.
All out brawl. She's in a fucking neck grab on the floor with you. You're throwing punches.
100%. Also, but just like flying back.
You're exhausted.
Yeah.
You're already at your wit's end. You're already about to fly Frontier.
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
I would have been in the same position.
And the thing is, like, I don't regret it. I don't.
No. I would have stood by you.
Thank you.
I would have held your earrings. I would have held you back. I would have, yep. Okay, so maybe there isn't something that really grinds your gears about millennials. Maybe you just see the bright side of it.
I like that pivot back to like, shut the fuck up about Frontier. Let's get back to it.
My job.
I'd say the one thing about millennials, this is like a generalization, right? So
safe space.
But there's almost like this like universal like there's not like a crazy like passion, I feel like, in either way.
Kind of like an indifference, do you feel?
There's like an indifference.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel that.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not crazy.
No, I think that is a very astute observation.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Good. Thank you for
You're literally an
validating
anthropologist. Me. So what was it like in junior high?
Oh.
Because I'm assuming you grew up with cell phones, social media. Like, when you were in junior high, was Instagram a thing? Were people using it?
Yes.
Were people walking on eggshells because they were afraid if they did the wrong thing at a party, it would ruin them?
Junior high, like middle school?
Like, I'm thinking, like, honestly, let's broaden it 7 to 12.
7 to 12. Okay. So this is maybe where I feel maybe I'm a little more on the cusp.
Okay.
Because middle school, social media was not, I don't think, very relevant at all.
Sure. So you would have been, like, 7th grade in 2012?
Yeah.
Something like that?
That sounds about right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, good job. Yeah, I know you killed that. Good job.
Because I was like 2000, I did the math really easily.
Right. See.
Okay, so that wasn't really...
I would say it wasn't very relevant.
But high school, obviously, was
high school was definitely a lot more relevant.
Okay. So when you were partying, like... I just feel like when I was in high school, yes, Instagram, I think, actually started when I was in high school, and everyone thought it was like a photo editing app.
Okay, yeah.
But there wasn't really a sense that, like, you were being, streamed. Is that the right word? Oh my God, no. What is it called when you do like a live stream? What's the verb of that?
Live streamed.
Being live streamed.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
Thank God.
No,
okay.
yeah, you got that. You killed it for sure.
Okay. Yeah, like, was there any kind of fear? I'm just curious, like, how did that play a role in adolescence? Or was it just, I guess you don't know any different?
I can say, I have a younger sibling. She's actually a junior in high school right now. And then also, even if I didn't, I feel like I could see it pretty hard. But I will say that, sure, there was that, like, aspect of social media that definitely, like, affected maybe how you perceived yourself or, like, how others perceived you on social media. But I think it's, like, crazy right now.
Yeah, it's reached a new...
Totally.
Yeah, even from when you were in high school.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Then what was, like, typical drama for you in high school?
Typical drama for me in high school?
Yeah. Maybe not even for you specifically, but, like, I'm trying to think for me, like, a girl after a weekend would be known for using her teeth, giving a blowjob. You know what I mean? Like, it was, like, pretty benign, but no one was, like, really ODing.
Oh, really? No. We had, so, like, my freshman year, I think, like 7 kids died.
What?
Yeah, so one of them, I think there was, like, 3 suicides. Whoa. There were a couple, like, drunk, like, Halloween, there's, like, a drunk driving crash. There was, like, some crazy shit. One got hit by a train.
Hit by a train?
And then, like, sophomore year on, we had multiple teachers. No, yeah.
Like, diddle their students?
Something along the lines. Like, my sophomore. So I was in, like, band and orchestra.
Absolutely.
All 4 years. Didn't
what
show
did you
up
play?
last year. Viola.
Is that the violin, but something different?
It's like the viola, but a little. All right. It's like the violin, but like.
Is it standing on the ground?
No, it's like the same thing as a violin, but like when I enrolled for orchestra originally, violin just sounded a little too feminine for my 5th grade brain.
Viola.
So it was like viola. I was like, that sounds right. You know.
Can you play it to this day?
Not well. Divine play. You don't want to.
Sure. Wow, you carry multitudes.
Thank you.
I mean, just what a range.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Okay. So I didn't mean to interrupt. You were in band.
Oh, right. Freshman year, had this, teacher. He was great. Loved him. I was like, this guy's awesome.
Okay.
You know, he cared. You know, sophomore year comes around, he's still there. Love him. He's back. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Bleep. Won't say his name, but you know. And then January, he kind of like, he's gone for a couple weeks, and then he's gone for a month, then he's gone for like 2 months, and we're all like, what is going on? And rumors start going around. Turns out he like ran off with a student.
No.
Yeah, he ran off with a student that he like grew up with.
Were you friends with the student?
The student was like, no, the student was like good 3 or 4 years older than me. But
also not ran off, like they have a little knapsack.
I mean, he had a whole family and everything. His son, oh my God, I hope, I don't, I mean.
That's Buck.
Yeah.
Why am I picturing him being bald? Was he?
No.
Bummer.
Maybe by the end of the year he was.
Sure. From the stress that
there's an interview. Yeah. There's like a interview from our local news channel where he gets like bombarded by this, you know, because it was like a story like went out, like, you know, it broke. And like I think like 2015, I recreated the video with my friends, and that like same anchorman.
Stop.
Yeah, responded. Anyways, I don't know how we got there. We had some controversy.
There was some.
The least.
Okay.
Yeah, some drama for sure.
Damn.
Yeah.
Where did you fit into all of this? Like, were you...
I was at the center of it all.
It all went back to you somehow.
Yeah.
Okay. No, were you like a good kid, whatever that means? Like, were you a scholastic kid? Were you...
I don't know that I was the most scholastic, but I was a good kid, yeah, for sure.
How old were you when you started drinking?
I think it was 16 when I had my
Your first beer.
When I got drunk for the first time, yeah, I was 16. And it was off...
Four Locos?
Oh god, no! But that did follow shortly after. It was off, and to this day, I will never drink it for as long as I can help it. I think it was whipped cream Smirnoff and whipped cream and raspberry Smirnoff, and
Yikes!
Yeah,
That's so funny. I threw up from apple Smirnoff, and I couldn't drink it ever
it's
since.
the Smirnoff. It was the Smirnoff and the Svedka.
Yep, bitch. Pineapple Svedka. We used to get that all the time.
Yeah,
We thought that was like elite.
yeah. I had this friend group. It was so bad. I did not partake in any of this, by the way.
Okay.
Let me just
Okay.
say that
Clear
for the
your name.
record.
Yep.
I was a very distant, like I was very distant with these people, but they would go and, Safeway.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would go to Safeway, do these bottle runs where they would go in and steal a shit ton of Svedka and Smirnoff, and that's how we got our alcohol.
Someone had to do it.
Someone had to do it.
They were on the front lines.
But yeah, no kidding. Yeah.
Okay, wait. So then, how old were you when you got your first cell phone?
Like, when you say cell phone, do you mean?
Like, it could have been a Razor. It
Yeah.
could have
Okay.
been
So
like
it was. I think I was 13.
13.
I want to say 12 or 13.
Same.
But it was the like.
Yes, the chocolate. It was orange.
No.
Oh.
I don't know the brand. I can't remember the brand.
It had like a computer keyboard, and it would open horizontally. And the front also
it
had numbers.
slid up.
Oh.
That one slid up. Yeah. So it wasn't one of the.
Okay.
But you know what I always wanted was a BlackBerry because I thought those were
Let me tell you
so
something.
sexy. I still want a BlackBerry. Honestly. Aren't they making them again or something?
They probably 100%.
We should get.
I
should get
had
on that.
one. I still have it, and I don't remember my password. I
Oh,
have the charger,
man.
everything.
gotta-
What I could have uncovered.
Oh my gosh.
I had to write a thesis essay in order to get a phone, like full on MLA format.
Yeah.
Like it was tight.
Uh-huh.
It was, and all these kids are just getting iPhones at,
Yeah.
6 months in the womb.
I know.
That's fucked
They're like
up.
shoving it up there. and They've
Literally.
already got high score on.
Ugh.
I was gonna say Words with Friends, or like I'm like that's not what they play.
What would they play? Candy Crush?
It's probably something like that.
Of the sort.
Candy.
Okay, kill, fuck, marry.
Yep.
A phone call, a voice note, voicemail.
Oh fuck. Phone call every day. Call me. I don't like. I'm so bad at texting. It is my downfall. I do not respond for days.
Okay.
Just because it like honestly stresses me out. Call me.
We love a call.
But I
Okay.
will fuck a call any day. Marry voice note, kill voicemail.
I honestly think I'd have to agree.
Yeah. What am I gonna do with the voicemail? I don't care. Well, I don't care.
No.
Unless you're gonna like die soon.
And then you can keep it,
And then I can
put it
keep
on
it.
like, your indie song that you're going to release in the future.
Oh wait, you're so
Yeah,
right. Wait, that
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
changes
yeah.
the game. Yeah.
Okay, get ready for this question.
Yeah.
What's your view on marriage and monogamy?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good one.
As
Well,
a Gen Zer.
As a Gen Zer, marriage up in the air. I like. It's definitely changed over time. I get it more now.
Okay. Were you pretty anti beforehand?
Not anti. I was just like I don't care. Like, what's the point? A little bit.
Sure.
Like, why do I care? Literally, why do I care? But monogamy. Yeah, I get it, but like, sorry, I can't do the open thing.
You
No
can't
way.
do the open thing.
I haven't tried it.
So
to be
you
fair.
are like a monogamous.
For sure,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Marriage, maybe. Monogamy.
I could go without marriage for sure.
Okay.
I think that's something I would like to do, and it, definitely not traditional. Maybe just like me and the other person,
Sure.
Just,
Sure. Do like a domestic something where you can get some sort of tax.
Exactly.
write-off,
Yeah,
you
for
know?
sure, for sure, for sure.
Now, do you believe in sleeping in separate bedrooms?
Yes. Yeah.
Same.
I was literally talking to someone about this yesterday.
Oh,
I was
I'll
like,
die on the cross.
if I move in with a partner, I want us to have separate bedrooms.
Yep.
We don't necessarily have to sleep apart every night,
Sure.
but I need my fucking space.
100,000,000%. If you go so far as to even brush a pinky toe
Yeah.
up against my calf, it's on site.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Who was it?
Yes.
Was it?
I think the blonde one who was in Charlie's Angels. She did her whole spiel about Emily Petros. What is her? Cameron Diaz.
Oh, I don't know that I've heard her take on it.
The millennial take.
But I was thinking, there's one actress who said her and her husband literally live in different houses.
dreams
I'm like, good for you.
that
yeah.
are like next door to each other, and y'all can
Or maybe like a couple down.
sure create a little extra space.
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Maybe a block or two.
Yeah. Different zip code
Yeah.
at that point.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine.
I want to play a game with you.
I love a game. Let's do it.
Fact or fiction. I'm going to give
okay.
you
Yeah.
some preconceived notions about Gen Z.
Okay.
So, this is what I hear on the streets. This is kind of maybe some not so nice things that I feel like Gen Z gets titled with. And you have the opportunity to say, is it fact? Is it fiction? Or maybe it's somewhere in between.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Like a faction.
A faction.
A faction. Okay, yeah, let's do it.
They have a poor work ethic and are entitled.
Faction.
A faction.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want me to explain the reason behind that? I think we have, like, the world is kind of set up against us right now. I don't agree that we have a poor work ethic. I think just the circumstances at hand that have been passed down to us have made it increasingly difficult. And I think the state of the world, I'm getting a little serious. I think the state of the world makes for a very hopeless feeling that we all share. It's like, why? Yeah, exactly. Like we were saying, like our parents' could buy a house with the
For
fucking
a raspberry.
a penny and a raspberry, and it'd be no problem. But we're paying up the wazoo in rent.
Right.
It's like, it just doesn't seem like possible.
Well, my favorite thing is my mom was like, stop getting your pedicures. You got to save up for a house. As if $30 once a month is going to even chip away at a down payment in Los Angeles.
Right.
Please. Get my ET toes looking decent,
Right.
you know?
There's also priorities. So
Sure.
like, yeah,
Sure.
for sure.
No, I do feel like with the entitlement thing, there is kind of this idea that, like, the Gen Z worker will just, like, leave at 2 p.m. and be like, I gotta go, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I think, like, that idea probably, yeah, I don't know. I just see where it comes from.
Yeah, I get it. They abuse therapy talk when actually being a terrible person.
Fact.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, yeah.
T.
Yeah, fact.
They have zero savings.
Fact.
Claims to be anxious and depressed when actually just lacks general discipline and emotional elasticity. That one might have come from my brain. Just deep in there.
Faction.
Okay.
But maybe leading a little more on fact.
Okay.
Yeah.
Circumstantial.
Circumstantial.
Okay. Preaches self-love, but actually self-loathes.
Fact.
Hates capitalism, but sucks the teat of Amazon,
Fact.
Shein.
Fact.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Are there any other misconceptions that you would like to debunk at this time?
Wow, that's huge.
You have the stage.
Don't do that to me.
I
Okay,
know.
let me. Oh gosh.
Like, is there anything where you just feel so like they've just got it wrong?
Not yet.
Not yet.
If it comes up in that stage, opportunity
Sure.
is still
We'll voice
present.
it. Yep.
Yeah.
Also, I just noticed you have beautiful skin.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
Not a single pore. Is that genes or is that
I think so.
you're like a bar of soap kind of?
Yeah,
Yeah,
most
yeah.
definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna parlay that straight into trivia.
Oh, we're doing trivia? I love trivia.
Okay, these are 3 questions I'm gonna hit you with.
Okay.
There is no wrong answer. That's a lie. There's actually only one right answer.
There's only one right answer.
Okay. What year did the Berlin Wall fall?
Oh my God, Emily.
Just give it a guess. Give it a run.
Okay, but if it's really far off, you have to bleep it out like I just said a slur.
Sure.
Okay.
I'll like actually bleep in the correct year.
Okay, so
To be fair, I wouldn't know the answer either.
this might be a really stupid question. No, it had to have. I want to say like. So what? The war ended in 1945. World War II ended in like 1945. Yeah. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think it ended in like 45. So I'm inclined to believe that it fell post World War II.
Technically, you are correct in that if it ended in 45.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
So I don't think it was much long after. So I'd go like, I don't know, like 47.
89.
Oh.
I know.
I
know.
Oh, I'm so far off.
Can you believe? Shocked.
Wow.
I know.
Ugh.
What was the original purpose of bubble wrap when it was invented in 1957? The original intention.
Of bubble wrap?
Uh-huh. Think more aesthetic, less, logistic.
I don't know, like, were they using it, like... I literally no idea.
Not even wallpaper. How trashy is that?
Okay, well, they were also... Okay.
Yeah. No, it's kind of giving padded
They had
room.
asbestos in their ceiling and
Correct.
lead in their paint. So.
Correct. No, it's all bad. Okay, what animal's milk is pink?
Oh, I think I know this. Wait.
They're big
pink
and they're
cow.
kind of cute. Not a pink cow.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Strawberry cow.
You shake their titties and strawberry milk comes out. No, a hippo.
I don't know if I knew that. I don't even.
You seemed kind of confident right off the bat.
But then I was like going through the list of animals in my head that I thought produced milk, and hippo
you're like,
was just
okay,
like
pink
not
cow.
there.
Yeah. To be honest, I didn't know hippos had a teat.
Right. I thought like the first two questions got me. I was like, okay, it's relevant to like time and like age, and then like you kind of went a little left field with.
That's what I do.
Pink milk from a hippo. So.
It's what I do best.
Yeah.
Okay, if you could completely redesign society, we can also make that more specific and say redesign America.
Mm-hmm.
What would it look like?
Kill them all.
Kill them all. Start fresh.
Start fresh.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then what would it look like post-apocalypse to you?
We're not here.
Oh, okay. You want it all to end.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's fair.
Yeah.
So just kind of like a black hole, kind of like a quiet, dark abyss.
We can keep a couple. Like, I'm fine with keeping, like...
Keke Palmer, can we keep her?
We can keep Keke Palmer. I was thinking Viola Davis.
Okay.
Gwyneth Paltrow for sure, because who the fuck else is going to goop?
Sure. Sure.
Addison Rae.
What a fun bunch.
Yeah. I think
and maybe we put them in charge with rebuilding society.
Yes.
Perhaps.
Because you kind of cover all four pillars.
Yep.
I'm not going to define those pillars. I think we should leave it up to the listeners to kind of interpret.
That's the homework.
That's the homework.
Okay. Fast forward 20 years.
Yep.
So that'll put you at 45. Correct?
Yeah. Crazy.
What are you doing? What are you feeling? What are you wearing?
Uh-huh.
In 20 years, what's happening? Specifically for you.
Oh, wow. Okay. I think... Ooh, yeah, I like that. I don't know where exactly I'll be living. I'll probably have multiple properties. I'm going to have a house. I'm going to have a... I'm talking about how I can't afford a rent. I've got...
Like I'm going to have 18 rental properties.
Okay, I don't think I would have a kid.
Okay.
No children.
Yep.
In a relationship, maybe married.
Okay.
Probably living in my London townhome or New York penthouse. And then I've got maybe like a nice little home in Portland.
Okay.
And I don't see myself being in LA.
Stuff.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Okay, you would have nothing to do with LA.
I'd probably come for like work.
Yeah.
For sure, but yeah.
Okay.
That's what I imagine.
I love that. And would we be working? Would we be doing some silly philanthropy?
We'd be working. Yeah. Maybe I'm running for something.
For like office?
Yeah.
Running from something or running for
Probably
something?
both. If I'm running for office, I'm obviously running from something.
Yeah.
But
internally, metaphorically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably either I'm either about to put out a new, maybe I'm like writing something. I think maybe I'm like about to have a nervous breakdown. I'm like on the verge of a divorce or a separation because this like project, there's so much anticipation for it.
That it just ruins everything around you.
Yeah.
Okay. Something to look forward to, some would say. Something light. You know?
For sure. I think it's like my Tar moment.
You know, I never saw that.
No?
Was it exquisite? Oh no.
No, it was good. It was good. It was good. It was good. It's like, it's so worth it just to see Kate Blanchett like slap someone.
You wish
But
you could just slap one person.
I don't want to spoil it, but can I describe? It's like she like just comes and like on someone. Yeah, it's really good. Just super. Yeah,
Kind of therapeutic to watch.
It is. Yeah. No, I resonated with it for
Okay.
sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rumen, you've made it. Are you ready for your final question?
Oh, I am. Wow. Yeah, that's so quick.
I know it flies by.
Yeah.
What is something that you wish? Let me rephrase that.
Okay.
Where in your life do you feel misunderstood? Is there one thing that you wish people could understand about you more?
About me?
Yeah.
Personally?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Do you ever feel misunderstood? Like as an individual, Gen Z aside.
Where I feel misunderstood as an
Yeah, or you just wish
individual.
more people, you're like, God, I wish you guys knew that I X, Y, and Z.
No, I honestly no. Like if you are close enough to me, then you probably know.
Yeah.
But I don't. If you're not close to me, I don't really care. I don't really care to share my life in that way. I just
love
like being a
that.
little silly and a little stupid, and that's how I put myself out there a lot of the time.
That sounds so peaceful.
Yeah.
So if someone doesn't know you, you don't care what they have to think or say.
No, I mean if like you thought I was like a horrible person or something, if I had some crazy accusations against me, I might have to step in at that point.
Right.
Because
right.
I'm like, well, hey.
Well, when you're running for office,
When I'm
I
running
think
for
we'll
office.
cross that bridge.
For sure. You're going to come back on this. You're going to pull this up. Then.
And then we'll have to debunk some rumors and everything. So for the most part, you feel kind of at peace with how people perceive you, how people see you, how you feel navigating the world. Just taking it a day at a time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly.
You're a fucking Turkish delight. And you're not even Turkish. You're a Bulgarian delight.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I love you.
Thank you so much. I love you.